Hello, welcome. Today is July 8th, 2025, and I'm here to do our weekly check-in. So let's begin. If you're wearing headphones, please lower the volume. I welcome in my spirit guides and holy angels and the highest and greatest good. I welcome messages of love and light that bring healing and love to all. Please bless this reading. Thank you. All right, guys. So I hope everyone is doing well. And in case if you're interested in my Tarot Visions deck, which is the deck that I use, I do have a few copies available. So yeah, those are hard to come by, guys. So if you've been eyeballing these deck of cards and you want to do tarot just like how I do tarot, I only have a few decks left. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's reading. Okay. So, Spirit and Holy Angels, can you please reveal to me clear messages in regards to the collective energy for Divine Masculine? And if any kind of karmic energy is currently, please reveal karmic energy. And if there's any energy of the Divine Feminine that wants to show through this reading, please reveal feminine energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, please focus in on the divine counterpart for the person who is watching this reading. Thank you. What do we need to know about their current energy? Okay, so we have here the world, and it's actually in reverse. And so basically for this week, masculines, they're feeling disappointed. Okay. They actually feel like, kind of subpar, not feeling on top of their game. Hence the reason the world card is in reverse. So not really feeling on top of the world, but feeling not really dumpy, but not the greatest. And this is about them letting go. So this could be letting go of the karmic situation. This could have been about letting go of the divine feminine. So I'm seeing here some sort of communication. You could be receiving contact from the masculine about how unhappy they are or how stressed they are feeling. There is a sense of fear or an anxiety that is actually happening with the masculines, and it's in regards to a relationship with divine feminine, perhaps the partnership that you both have in the present moment. And so we have here the Two of Swords. They could explain to you like the reason why that they have gone cold, or maybe they were dismissive towards the feminine. Not really explaining the reasons why that they're not as communicative as what I'm picking up on. So the issue here is that they just need time. So again, as you know, depending on how long you've been following me on this channel, I'm always talking about patience. This whole twin flame journey is about killing the ego. Okay, it's not about what you want. It's about, the collective energy, right? It's about what universe, throws at you and how can you handle, things that you cannot control. So the best way to navigate this is to go with the flow. Okay. So what I'm seeing here with this Ace of Swords energy is that They know that they made a wrong decision. They don't feel very good about maybe how they treated the divine feminine. They sometimes don't know how to present themselves. Now, again, this could be on the masculine's ego self, like not really admitting that they did wrong. Now, I'm not saying that all masculines are going to be like that. Some of them will actually defend themselves, or explain to the feminine as to what happened and really apologize. Okay, so I definitely am feeling a sense of sincerity coming from this form of communication, coming from the collective this week. The thing here is that the karmic could be jealous, or they could be a little bit controlling about the masculine's activities. Okay, so let's just say that your person is still kind of in the vicinity, or maybe they are actually still with the karmic. The karmic is, kind of like, I don't want to say controlling, but it definitely feels like a sense of controlling. Like, oh, like, what are you up to? Or, what are you doing? Oh, so you don't have time for the kids, but you have time for X, Y, and Z. At least that's the conversation I'm actually hearing from this particular karmic person. And, I see her strength. So masculine feels like, okay, they can never be good enough. They're always being put down by the karmic. Also, this could be coming from the feminine energy, because the feminine always seems to get the short end of the stick, not really getting divine masculine's full on attention, is what I'm seeing here. So there is a little bit of like this blocked energy, and masculines, they feel that the feminines, they don't really want the masculine in the way that they used to. Okay, so what I'm picking up on is that if the overall energy of this masculine is the world in reverse, and they don't feel very confident about themselves, about where they stand with the karmic or also with the divine feminine, their intuition is blocked. They're not very clear, so that means that they're not really connecting truly with their higher self. And that just means that masculines are operating on a very low vibrational frequency, not really coming into alignment with divine feminine. Okay. So they don't know what to do. And they're just preventing themselves to repeat the same patterns that they have before in the past. Why? Because they're always struggling. Like maybe there's drama on a day-to-day basis. So they're just checked out a little bit from what I can see here for this week. So yeah, so they want to end the conflict. They just want, to be at peace either with the family or just be content. So what I'm getting is that if your person is actually already part of a family, there's this energy of a detachment from this masculine with whoever that they're dealing with. Okay, either they're divorced or they're in a living situation, but they're not romantically involved, is what I'm feeling. They're just like separating their day-to-day life from the karmic. The karmic, they don't really care. At least that's the vibe that I'm actually picking up on. But the thing is that if they do have children, that's the whole reason why that this particular masculine is still with the karmic. Now, if there's no children involved, what I'm feeling is that there's a sense of jealousy or like a putting down energy from the karmic to your person. And they're getting it from them. They could be getting it from divine feminine, and they just don't know where they stand. So it's like they don't know. This is like a I don't know week. They're not feeling it. So let's see. Okay, so Masculines, they're really thinking that they just need to work on themselves, right? If they can't, help other people, the only thing that they can do is just work on them. So they're trying to slowly find out ways of how they can make this happen. So we have here the King of Swords energy, like how they're being controlling and being cold and detached. So they're thinking, yeah, maybe they come off as an ass, okay, or a B, whatever the thing is, and they're cutting off people left and right. They want to be left alone. They don't want to talk. Is the vibe that I'm picking up on. It's because they're trying to heal. And so they have some sort of awareness, like how they handle it. It may not be the best, okay? They may come off as being like immature, okay? Not really handling it like an adult is what I'm saying. So how do they feel? Okay, so I see that, okay, they're trying to make a choice on what to do, okay? So they want to leave like this whole sarcastic behavior, of how they left either the karmic or the feminine. I think it's one and the same, to be honest, because you have to figure if your person is a repeat offender on how they handle a situation, it doesn't matter, if you're the love of their life or the pain of their life, whatever the thing is. They handle stressful situations in the same way. And so if your person's go-to is, I don't want to talk to you, let me have my space, then I really feel as if that is the situation that's actually going on with your person. And so they're feeling dedicated to really work on how they can manage moving forward. And so right now, what your person wants is, okay, um, they're actually being selfish this week. Like they just want to focus more on themselves. So I'm not gonna lie, this week is not like a rendezvous week where it's going to be the best. And let's just say that you do have the ability to be with your person and so what I'm seeing is that, they're just being selfish. And do you see that we have here the Empress here in the reverse? I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna feel like you're smothering them, like you're nagging them, you're telling them what to do. So for some of my twins, if you are in some sort of contact or conversation, they may like blow you off, um, like being dismissive, um, not really putting any effort into the connection, just really like doing them, right? And if your person drinks, they're probably just doing it to self soothe and not really caring about what other people say because first, your person knows that they need help. Secondly, they're doing things to, take the edge off. Okay, so this is just enabling like low vibrational energy, where they're taking medication or just drinking, whatever their vice is, and not really putting much into it. So in the outcome, yeah, I see that this is a masculine who is not acting very divine this week, okay? They're doing whatever they can to get out of whatever situation that they're in. So if your person is a great talker, like let's just say that they're good at making stories or, or just good at saying something and it's believable, but yeah, you took it for whatever it was, but it actually ends up like, like they could be hiding something, but it could be that it's not like what you think because it's not like, they're all for the other person because they're not for the other team also, okay? Like your person just wants to like take the easy way out and just sail away. Okay. Um, we have here judgment in reverse, and this is about like doubting themselves, not really like really thinking you know just imagine as if you had an issue and all you ever wanted to do was just walk away and not wanting to talk to somebody, and just needing your space. That is what this energy is like for this week, guys. Okay. I know it's not like the best. Um, I see that again. We have your Nine of Swords energy, like feeling really guarded and feeling like the victim. And with that, they're feeling hopeless. So I would say that if you guys are in some sort of like communication between the two of you, I would just give them space and time. Don't even engage in conversation unless they're open for conversation, because the more that you try to talk to them, the more that I feel that they will push you away. Okay, it's like a very like off energy, and sometimes you just need like space and time, for yourself, just to kind of think, not wanting to deal, because I feel as if it's not just about the feminine; it's other people as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what is the guidance message that Spirit wants the collective to know about this week. So, Spirit and Holy Angels, can you please reveal to me clear messages in regards to what the collective needs to know for this week? What is the advice that you have for the collective? What is going to help the collective with the current energies that the masculine is currently going through for the week, and also for the feminine? Okay, we have inner child, okay, in a sense. So again, this could be that the masculines, they've lost their sense of innocence. They're always being judged. Um, so let's see, it's a number 31. Okay, it says this medicine awakens the joy and innocence of the inner child. It says the pink amethyst holds a similar medicine to amethyst as it balances the right and left hemispheres of the brain. However, this medicine takes it to another level and also balances the heart and mind. It encourages deep healing around all issues of the heart, especially trauma and old wounds of the inner child. It awakens the natural state of joy, happiness, and innocence of the child. In this place, you open up the magic of the universe where everything is possible. The crystal assists in activating the joy of life, innocence, healing the inner child wounds, and enchantment. So, the message from the Diva is the inner child crystal has appeared to brighten your world. It's a sign that you have been taking life too seriously. It's time to let go of the burdens of life. This crystal radiates the medicine of joy, play, and happiness, and helps to awaken your innocence and laughter of your inner child. Children radiate joy and have no worries of the world, making the most of each moment and enjoying the magical enchantment of life. This place is alive within you at all times. However, the stress and responsibility of life can keep it hidden. You are now being invited to rekindle this lightness and playful energy in your life. Have you been feeling a little down and flat? Have you lost the joy in your life? Do you feel like you have old wounds from childhood that are affecting your life? Do you feel as though your energy is drained and out of balance? Do you feel like you need an infusion of happiness into your life? It's time to lighten things up and invite the medicine of the inner child crystal into your world. Happiness is the natural state of being, so you are encouraged to discover once again your playful, vibrant self. Call in your inner child and do something that sparks your joy. Painting, drawing, singing, playing like a child, face painting, or swimming. Participating in something that awakens your inner child will connect you to happiness and bring back the magic of life. In this place, you relate to the universe in the most organic way and manifest the world from the eyes of a child with no stress or worry, only wonder and play. And I know, right? Because I'm pretty sure for this collective, you've had the childlike wonder experience with your divine counterpart where you're joyful, playful, acting silly, feeling like a teenager all over again, things like that. So here's the ceremony. Work with an inner child crystal or call in the energy of this card. Close your eyes and take a few minutes to relax and breathe the crystal medicine into your heart. Ask your heart, what is it that brings you joy? And allow whatever it is to come to your mind clearly. Imagine yourself doing whatever it is that came to you and allow the joy this brings to fill your being. If you can, take yourself off to make this a reality in your life. Um, Dance an expression of joy and let it fill your soul. That's really wonderful. So basically, it means take time out for yourself. Now, if your person is in a funky mood and they don't want to partake in these energies with their divine counterpart, let them go. Okay. Like, let them have the space. And whenever the time is right, then you guys can explore that with one another. Okay. Um, However, if you feel like you've been in a funk, you're stressed, you don't have time for yourself, you're adulting, you don't have anything on your list that is going to bring joy into your life, then what I feel is that for the person who is watching this, maybe it's time to take time out for you. Now that's actually important, and as you know, in order to come into union with a divine counterpart, you have to have union within yourself. So make sure you do you. You take care of you, yourself, and I, okay? And then really detach from the person who is unwilling to communicate to you for whatever personal reason that they have. Okay. You can't force them to talk to you unless they feel that they're up to it. And then once you give them space and time, then you guys can reconvene and talk about how was your day or how was your week, or I haven't spoken to you, like, how you been for the past couple of weeks or past months or whatever the thing is. Okay. So it feels fresh when you speak to that person, okay, and not really like trying to micromanage or control the situation, because you want them to feel free so that they are free to communicate to you like how they've been on their own. Okay, that's what I have for this week. So I hope that that was helpful. And if you want me to dive deeper into your personal situation, you can definitely book a reading with me at Scorpio Moon Intuition.com. You can also follow me on IG as Scorpio Moon Intuition. And again, if you guys are interested in my tarot visions, you can find it on my website, scorpiomoonintuition.com, or you can go to my Etsy shop. I believe it's scorpiomoonintuition.etsy.com. Really doesn't matter where you're ordering it from. But if it's convenient one way or another, then you can go ahead and take a look. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.